Hello everyone. Today we're going to be taking apart a older iMac laptop, mostly because it doesn't work anymore. I've tried replacing its hard drive. Its hard drive just immediately breaks. Its battery needs to be replaced. It's cracked. It's a Core 2 Duo. It's not really worth anything. So I'm going to take it apart for scraps and kind of see how it works. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do this. Perhaps time lapse, perhaps just pausing and then telling you what it looks like I can salvage. So we'll see. We have the cover off. Now, on this model, or this one I should say, the cover actually is made out of aluminum, so I might actually be keeping that for my future weather balloon project. So now that we're inside, you'll see that I, for some reason, put a plastic bag in here a while ago. And I did take out the hard drive a while ago too. So, just by observation, I know that this is the battery, this is our RAM, our motherboard, our fan to our CPU, and our DVD drive. And these look like our Bluetooth and Wi-Fi antennas. And wow, that light really likes to go off. There we go. It's a motion detected light. That's really weird. So good thing it looks like actually these are all Phillips heads, so no security bits yet. So it looks like of everything. Let's start off with the hard drive bay getting off. Now, if this video is a little long, I apologize. It's just kind of how it's gonna be, I think. So let's now take out this RAM. RAM is pretty useful, especially if, you want to upgrade an older computer. Wow, this does not want to get out there. And, you don't have to be too nice with it, because it's not worth too much. It's not that hard to replace it. So yeah, this would be nice to have a band, but if I cut this off, right, if I unconnect that connector, I really can't use it. So this is still useless. Alright, so I would probably take out the RAM stick holders now. It's kind of based off of what looks easiest to take off next. So yeah, I could undo all the screws, but I feel like it's more satisfying to do it one at a time, and it's easier to understand what the actual part is. I have no real reason to do it that way. It's just how I do it. I'll be back when something more interesting happens. Actually, so I just noticed that the hinge is connected here with the stars. I'm gonna see if I can potentially unhook that so that I can push out this stuff, potentially. Let's see if I can do that. I did manage to find a star bit for this little screwdriver set. And it looks like we can actually take this off. So I'll be back with you when that is done. Alright, so that's all undone. It looks like we can actually pick this up now. And this, it feels like metal. Yeah, it's metal. So if you can see, yep, it looked like plastic at first. However, it's coated in plastic, so it's actually useless to me. Alright, so now we actually have a better view. And it looks like we have to undo these two connectors now. The thing about laptops is there's always more screws. It doesn't matter how many you've taken out, there's always going to be more in any laptop. Mac, Windows, Linux, doesn't matter. Alright, so it looks like, can we actually take this out now? Oh, it's so loose. it's slipping. So maybe if we can just open up. Yeah, that's definitely how laptops work. There we go. So now we just got a screen. Let's undo these connectors if we want to keep them. So try and not break them. So just pull up on them. You can use a screwdriver if you want to be real gentle, but I'm just not trying. So we've got a little screw here. I'll just switch. Of course that light just went off, but actually I don't think it really matters. Because I put a light directly on the camera. A soft light so it doesn't reflect. Okay, so we got that side done. And now we just have a connector. So, boom, the screen is now off. As you can see, there's the light. It's kind of cool. So it looks like I do want to salvage those antennas, so it looks like we'll have to take this apart somehow. Plus we've got the camera in here. The screen would be nice to have, but it's unlikely that we can find any connector to that. But our laptop is now a desktop because you need an external screen. Well, you also need a lot of other stuff now. So let's unconnect this battery. That is the battery connector, I believe. Definitely doesn't help that I have no prior knowledge of taking apart Apple computers. Or computers really at all. Or laptops, I should say. So from here on, it looks like largely the Phillips head again. So let's switch. And I'll be back to you if there's anything more interesting. Alright, actually looks like there's a ton more Phillips head. I mean, not Phillips head, the star, but I just undid this one. And so that's where the antenna connectors are. And it just brought up this flap which actually has the speaker. And another connector, which I have no idea what it is, to another connector that goes directly over the fan. So this is, oh yeah, this is definitely your speaker wire, yeah. And then that is your data, I guess? Yeah, this is probably your Wi-Fi internals in here. So I guess I'll keep that and look at it later. Alright. So we're actually slowly exposing this bay. However, it looks like there's screws underneath it, and so it looks to me like I want to take out the battery next. So I'll be back with you when I do that. I found some Apple security bits right here for the battery, and that's actually, it looks like the real battery connector, which I don't know how it undoes. Well, I guess it does it like that. However, I'm hoping I can kind of just not destroy the battery's internals, but get it out at the same time. Actually, luckily, the frame is cracked right here, so I might be able to get a better view. Yeah, so let's see how we want to get into this. Basically, I'm fine with destroying that connection, because I don't want the battery in here. But I don't want to destroy the battery because of the whole cancer thing. Alright, let's see. There's actually a little flap, it looks like, right here. Warning, do not remove the battery. I don't think it matters if I'm not using it. So that looks like the last security bit. Let's just, I mean, one of the three that I need to undo. Actually, this isn't really what I was planning on, but I'll take it. Now, you might think that the CD drive is worth much, and it's quite useful. However, you really just want the lasers. That's all that matters in these, really. So let's undo this connector. There we go. And just a little bit of force bending it open. Wow, it looks like my frame rate is still dropping a lot in these videos. I have to figure that out. Yeah, it'll work. Used in good condition. Alright, I still like how you can just type away. Anyway. I also want to get to the touchpad internals. That's why I've mostly been chipping away at this side and not this side, because that could easily damage. This, what is that? That is a speaker of some kind. Actually, you can see what key is that? That is the pause play button right through here. Does this one get like jammed or something? Oh, there must be a speaker. Or nothing. Alright. Interesting. Alright, onward. Can we take out the motherboard? We can take out this ribbon, it's kind of annoying. And we get the star bits again, so that's star bit job. Are they a different size? Yeah, of course they are. Why would they be the same? Of course, that's too small. That's it. Luckily, star bits are, yes, they're very uncommon. However, I have just like a security bit set. It's not even a big one. That's just the little toolkit that comes with it. The motherboard doesn't really have anything at all really to offer. You really don't need to worry about any power issues because, you know, it's a laptop and all the power is external. However, the only things I really do want from this motherboard is potentially this fan, the CPU, because I want to take apart the CPU and look at it. But actually, really, it's all these ports. I really want these ports. That's probably the most valuable thing to me in this teardown is the ports / the fun. Doing it because I always like taking apart things, seeing how they're built. I'm hoping there's no security. That'd be kind of funny if you take apart the entire laptop, but you can't take out the battery. To just send that back to Apple and be like, oh, I don't know. Again, I'm sorry if this is long. I'll cut back to it when we're taking it apart again. We've taken out what appears to be all the screws. So let's take out this fan assembly. Looks like 3 screws. Although there's definitely going to be hidden ones. That's nice and loose. Pull that loose. Small fan, looks good. Actually, this is probably pretty nice to have for me. Pull. And it looks like we're so close to being completely loose. Nice, the ports came with us. What is stuck? Oh, well, we got those things. Probably going to the touchpad. And then we got another speaker. A surface mounted speaker. And that's our motherboard. Oh, and there's our CPU. That's, oh, this is cool. So we've got our radiant, I guess, tube. And so these are filled with N2, I believe. So we've got our, that's probably our CPU, and that's probably our GPU. Cool, cool. And of course we got those ports. I don't care about this port. That port's kind of useless. Ooh, and that's dirty. But I mostly want these USB ports. However, it's going to be quite tricky to get to them. So let's just jump right into it. Let's get this moved. That heap of junk, not really. Oh, and of course this is the fancy connector for those who care, because, you know, they've got the springs on them, because it is a CPU. It's larger, and stuff. Well, it's also closer to the radiant tube. Now, I actually probably will keep this radiant for my piezo thermoelectric generator. So this will be pretty useful. I don't care about the screws though. And then there's our connectors. So we've got our thermal paste. Wow, it looks like there's not much on this for a laptop. So let's do the good old pry. Oh my god, this is like the wrong way to do this. That's kind of the way I do everything though. This is how I roll. So let's clean these off first. And actually we can look at them closer. So we've got actually a nice reflection. So we've got an Intel 06. That's a good sign. And then that's our GPU. For NVIDIA something something something, I think it's 256 megabytes. So how am I going to remove these? Razor blade, knife, one of the two. I'm not going to show you. Smoothest extraction, as in I basically had to rip up the motherboard. However, I got to save the ports, and we got the chips to look at later. So let's see what's left. Well, we do have this. Well, this. But I don't really think it's worth to take apart too much more because there's not too much left to take out. Let's take apart, I guess, the keyboard to see how that looks. And then we'll take it apart the screen to look for the antennas. None. Are these any? Nope. Don't care. Sorry about my giant hand. It's not giant. Just appears giant, obviously, because I'm up close. Alright, let's see. Now, thought we got all the screws. Should be popping up. Ah, it's because the battery is part of the assembly here. So it looks like we won't, unfortunately, we won't be able to actually look at the keyboard unless I just, I don't know, smash it open. I don't feel like doing that right now. And I want to look at the antennas and the camera. And I guess the light. The light would be kind of cool to keep intact. So, oh yeah, we've got the magnets in there. So I'm just gonna say so until you're sick of it. So, sorry, I'm just looking at the assembly. Oh yes, your silicone. That's actually really relieving. Ooh, we'll also get a polarizing filter from this. Wow, this is actually really easy. Like I said, any electronics taking apart is really easy when you don't really care. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. And there's our camera. Well, you can't see. Camera. And here's all of our magnets, so that's pretty sweet. So we got a bunch of screws to undo. Oh joy. Let's go in a clockwise manner. This is a lot of screws. I'll be back when it's all undone. And there's the camera assembly. So I don't know where that comes from, really. Let's see, can we take apart this now? Oh yeah. Looks like it then feeds into that cable, yeah. Oh wow, is this like a... What is this? Sorry, I'm looking at this to see how many cables there are to see if I can actually still use it. What? It's basically like an analog cable. That's pretty weird. And that's pretty cool, actually. Interesting. I'd imagine there would be like 4, you know, 2 for power, and the other 2. Alright, so... Oh, so here are our antennas. Wow, these magnets are sticky. Both in a magnetic sense, and they're actually sticky. Like how you have that shielding. I don't know, you can't see that. There you go. Shielding attachment for that one. There's always more screws, don't worry. Wow, there are a lot. So this looks like a antenna of some kind. Like what? Now, being a ham radio enthusiast, I should be able to identify these, but these are like... it just doesn't make sense, because obviously this is your... It's like a J-band almost? I don't know. These are weird. Anyway. So... what's this frame? Well, don't tell me the frame is more screws. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? And that is a star with a star. So what we could probably do is just look at these. So we've got... this is our antennas. Could we pull them through? I feel like no, so I'm not gonna try that. But I might be able to force out this frame from this side. Oh, unless it's like permanently glued in, like how it feels like it. Never mind. Oh yeah. It's a Morse code key. Just going along the edge. That's where the camera assembly was. Definitely the corners are quite glued in. There we go. Squirt it. Ooh. That's nice. Lots of force. Huh. Alright. Well, you know, with these type of things, you always want to make sure that you're not directly doing anything. Now, that wasn't a direct hit, as you can see. No blood. Yet. But you do have to be a little bit careful. There's our Apple logo, by the way, in there. Now, just in case, I'm going to put a band-aid on there. I don't need to, however, I don't feel like getting an infection. So I'll be right back. Alright, we're back, and that's part of my tripod. Alright, back to getting this antenna free of its casing. Come on. Doesn't matter if you've got star bolts. I can just break the joint that you're connected on. There we go. And then we just pull it. There goes my light. But you can just pull it. Let's put that light back on. Alright, so there's our logo. So weird. Everything. So there's our logo. Alright. How does it get light? Is my immediate question. Also, can this go away? How do you connect it? There we go. So this is our screen assembly, and there's our antennas. Free at last. Free at last. Okay. So this is where our Apple logo would be. Actually, you can see kind of. This is all weird feeling. It's I've clearly broken it, as you can see, which is, you know, what I was expecting when I was pulling it apart. However, I'm still wondering, how does the Apple logo get power, or rather light and power, I guess. Break this. We can look at it. How do you get light? LG display. Interesting. Thought it would be Samsung. Okay. So let's just delve into the screen. Why not? Actually, I can think of a couple of reasons why not to. But we're not gonna think. We're just gonna do. How am I going to do that? I'm just going to do. Not going to even think about my word choice. Okay. There we go. Ooh. Those are some cracks. Alright, this is where you have to be careful, because that is glass. Okay. So let's take this paper off. And that's just our backlight. So let's still want to know how the Apple logo gets its lighting. Is it just... Oh, it's just the backlight. I'm really dumb. It's just the backlight lighting going through. That's a very simple design. And we've got to be careful with this glass. Luckily, I love how this is just a piece of paper, essentially. It's glossy paper at that, but come on, it's paper. That's what it is. So let's deal with this glass a little bit better. This could be plastic. Actually, it's probably plastic, by the way I'm looking at it. So this is a separator, I think. Okay. It's just a shiny bit. Can you see through it? Sorry. see through it. It's like a weird, I don't know. That'll be cool to play with. And then, so that's our screen right there. Oh, so these are just softeners, you know. They really just soften the light to a huge extent. So this is just, so our screen, if you want to see, has become see-through. I mean, you might not be able to see, but that's my hand. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.